where
Yeah, I'd like to submit a written motion for rescind. Final to 17/2022.
Thank you. I would like to call the regular meeting of City Council to order at 7 p.m. For February 14th, 2022. Happy Valentine's, everybody. I have regrets from Councilor Ellsworth, he's out of the city. And on Zoom, I have Deputy Mayor Lundmark, Councilor Valentino, Councilor McMurdo. Rest of council is in chambers. Thank you. I'd like to recognize that we're on the traditional home, Nichiswayset Cree Nation and homeland of the Métis, and that we're all treaty people. Thank you. I'd ask for an approval of the agenda. Councilor Colbert. Councilor Valentino, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next, we're going to adoption of the minutes. 4.1 is regular meeting of council, January 31st, 2022. Resolution 2022-08, moved by Councilor Colburn, second by Councilor Crew. Be it resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held in Council Chambers, City Hall, Thompson, Manitoba, on Monday, January 31st, 2022, be adopted as circulated. Administration.
nothing further.
Councilor Colburn, any concerns?
Nothing further.
Any other questions, comments? Call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Point of privilege, I guess. Did we forget number 2?
Yeah, you sure did.
Oh,
She did.
oh, sorry. Sorry about that.
No problem. Next resolution, 2022-019. I need a mover. Councilor Valentino. And it's
Second.
Councilor Crew. Be it resolved that the minutes of the Committee of the Whole held in Council Chamber, City Hall, Thompson, Manitoba, on Monday, February 7th, 2022, be adopted as circulated. Councilor Valentino, or administration?
Nothing further.
Councilor Valentino, any comments?
Just for clarification, Mayor Smook, I wasn't in attendance. I had sent my regrets. Is it okay to be the mover? If I've read it.
I don't think so, right?
That's fine if she does. As long as she read them.
Oh, as long as you read them, yes. Okay, thank you. Call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Resolution 5.1 is a resolution to approve taxes added. Resolution 2022-020, moved by Councilor Prue, seconded by Councilor Colburn. Whereas section 326(1) of the Municipal Act provides authority for a municipality to correct the tax roll in response to property and impose supplementary taxes if, after the tax roll has been completed, the assessor reports to the municipality that A, the property is liable to taxation but was not assessed. The property is liable to taxation due to a change in ownership or use. C, the assessment of the improvement of the property requires an increase due to a change in the physical condition of the improvement. D, a change has been made in the classification of the property under Municipal Assessment Act or a regulation order under the Act, or E, the land has been improved or subdivided. Now therefore be it resolved that council authorize the chief financial officer to make additions to the 2022 real property roll as certified by the assessor on the additions to the tax roll attached herein as per appendix AR1-22 and AB1-22. Administration?
Yes, this is a regular housekeeping item for council. Assessments branch is continuing looking over the changes in the community with respect to taxes added or taxes canceled. So this resolution here are new taxes to be added, and the following resolution after this would be for taxes to be canceled from the roll.
Thank you. Councillor Prue, as the mover?
Yeah, it's nice to see that there's improvements in town. I know it's out of our control, but I think personally I have a hard time with this. I think it should be the other way around of having a reduction for improving your property, but it is nice to see that people are investing in our community still.
Thank you. Any other comments from councillors? Seeing none. Oh, Councillor Wong?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just want to ask the city, there's a 3 item under this cancellation. It looks like city of Thompson, so can the city manager explain a bit?
This isn't the
We're on
canceled
the
one, this
taxes
is the
added.
addition.
Canceling, yeah?
This is the addition to the tax roll.
You're on the
The
wrong
new
one.
ones, that's the next one,
Are we talking about the added now, right now?
added,
Yeah.
yeah.
5.1.
Okay, sorry, I pressed the wrong button.
You're okay, sir?
Okay, I'm good then, thank you.
Thank you. Call for the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
5.2 is a resolution to approve taxes canceled. I need a seconder for this resolution.
I can second it, Madam Mayor.
McMurdo, thank you. Resolution 2022-021, moved by Councillor Wong, seconded by Councillor McMurdo. Be it resolved that pursuant to the authority provided by section 306.1 of the Municipal Act, council hereby authorizes the cancellation of taxes hereto as appendix 1-22 and B1-22. Administration?
As mentioned before, this is the other side of the housekeeping, where any properties that have changed or reduced would have a change, a reduction in their assessment to the roll.
Thank you. Councillor Wong?
Yeah, the same question, Madam Mayor. There's 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 item on this appendix here. It say City of Thompson, and then the remark, couple of shown municipal own and grant to exempt and all that. Can city manager give me a bit of understanding this?
The 3 at the bottom would be the Polaris buildings. So they would have come off the grant to exempt, which was the province's grant that they provided previously, and they'd be onto our roll until the city comes up with uses or sells several of those buildings. The ones that are up above, I wouldn't have that in front of me. I have to look at the tax roll and have a look what those are.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Carried, thank you. Five point 3 is a resolution to approve the city of Thompson placing a reserve bid in the 2020 tax sale. I do need a seconder for this.
I'll second the motion or the resolution, sorry.
Mayor Lundmark, thank you. Resolution 2022-022, moved by Councillor Prue, seconded by Deputy Mayor Lundmark. Whereas pursuant to 372 of the Municipal Act, a municipality may set a reserve bid in the amount of the tax arrears and costs in respect of the property. And whereas pursuant to section 252.2 of the municipal act, municipality shall collect outstanding charges for water and wastewater services in the same manner that ordinary taxes are collected. Now therefore be it resolved that the city of Thompson place a reserve bid on all properties in the 2020 tax sale in the amount of all the arrears, including taxes, water and wastewater services and costs in respect to that property. Administration?
Yes, this is a yearly housekeeping item. I believe the tax sale is coming up towards the end of March of 2022. This is the recommendation from the financial officer that the reserve bid for each property that is going to tax sale to collect the arrears that are towards that property. That would become the reserve bid in the auction.
Thank you. Councillor Prue?
Nothing to add.
Any other councillor? Councillor Wong?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I believe I did ask the question about the arrear. So I also put an example about, let's say the people owe the city a tax of 20,000. And of course, we will put the reserve bid of 20,000. So what if the property worth more than that and it sell more than the $20,000? So what happened to the balance?
My understanding still is that that money would come to the city.
Is there under any rule or law that say that, or just assume?
That's the next one.
Sorry?
What was your question? Your final question?
No, I said,
I couldn't give you the reference in the municipal act. I could get you the exact reference.
because I believe the proper way is a lien, put a lien on it. You cannot own the whole property because the value is greater than the money they owe. That's what I understand. So hopefully we can get into that, get more clarification to the public as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Call for the question. All those in favor?
Right now,
Aye.
hand up.
I did have my hand up. Sorry, I didn't jump in there quick enough.
Ms. Counselor McMurdo, would you like to speak? Sorry.
Just a quick question, and if I can go through you to the city manager, Madame Mayor. I'm just wondering how 21 properties stacks up against previous years. And is there a way we can kind of gauge where we're trending? And I don't necessarily expect him to have that information on hand today. Just kind of wondering if we're kind of going in a direction where that number seems to get higher all the time. Thanks.
Anthony?
I can get the trending, but I believe it's about average right now. And a number of people will come in and pay throughout the month of February or right up into the day of tax sale.
Okay, yeah, that was my understanding too, that number won't necessarily be the number that we see towards the third week of March. So thank you.
Thank you. Anything further? I apologize, Councilor McMurdo. Call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Five point four is a resolution to appoint a designated officer to bid in the 2020 tax sale auction. I need a seconder for this motion. Deputy Mayor Lundmark, thank you. Resolution 2022-023, moved by Councillor Colburn, seconded by Deputy Mayor Lundmark. Whereas pursuant to section 374 of the Municipal Act, a municipality may bid on and purchase property at a public auction and may direct a designated officer to bid on its behalf. Now therefore be it resolved that council authorize Anthony McGinnis, city manager, to bid on behalf of the city of Thompson at the March 24th, 2022 tax sale and auction. Administration?
Yes, this is another yearly housekeeping item. Should council want to put a bid onto a piece of property that is at the auction, they would have to authorize myself to do so. So it's really housekeeping. At this time, I've received no direction to do so, but we need to pass the resolution now to provide that authority.
Thank you. Councillor Colbert?
I'm okay with Anthony being designated by the city.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions? Councillor Fountain?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So ethically, I can't support this. I realize this is a housekeeping issue and there's no conspiracy here with what I'm gonna say. The city of Thompson isn't trying to usurp properties, but the city of Thompson sets taxation levels. Those of us who might get into trouble financially and perhaps lose our homes for one reason or another might, because of this, come up in a situation where the city of Thompson is bidding against you for your home. And the amount that's owed to the city was the previous one where you'd bid to the reserve, police support. But where the value of your home and the bids on the home exceed what you owe the city. In the case where the city has an interest in that property, it would bid against you and then collect the profit up and above what was owed in taxes. And that would go into city coffers. There's no way in hell I would ever support that. I would rather die. My father would be very disappointed with me. And so I won't be supporting this. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other concerns? Anthony?
So the city, up until the time of the tax sale, the owner would have the opportunity to purchase what they owe. So the city wouldn't be in a bidding position against them at that auction because the reserve bid is what they'd already have to pay. So to be eligible for the auction, should the city be bidding against them, they would already have the money to pay that.
Up until the day of the auction, correct?
Yes.
Up until literally it's happened right when the auction's about to start, the person still has the opportunity to pay off.
Yeah, I still have issues with the city profiting from profits from someone's misfortune. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other? Councillor Wong?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have the same reason of not to support, and that's why I asked the question earlier, but still we don't get the clarification about that part. So I would like to ask for the recorded vote as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councillor McMurdo?
Yeah, thanks, Madam Mayor. Just to follow up, I believe our city manager said, I'm not totally clear, but he won't be making a bid unless council directs him to do so, or does this authorize him over and above any further direction from council?
I would still need council's approval because I don't have a budget to bid on properties. So if the tax sale is coming up and there's properties that council wasn't interested in, council would have to allocate funds to me to make that bid.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Seeing none, call for the question. All those in favor by a recorded vote as requested by Councillor Wong. All those in favor?
Aye.
Councillor Prue, Mayor Smook, Councillor Colburn, Deputy Mayor Landmark, Councillor Valentino, Councillor McMurdo. Opposed? Councillor Fox, Councillor Wong, carried. Point 5 is a resolution to approve the amendment of the 2021 fee and fine schedule. It's read the Norman North Stars. I will need a mover for this motion.
I'll move.
Councilor Valentino, thank you. Resolution 2022-024, moved by Councilor Valentino, seconded by Councilor Colburn. Be it resolved that council approve the amendment to page 35 and 36 of the 2021 fee and fine schedule attached here to as Appendix A. Administration?
So this was reviewed at the last committee of the whole. As noted, there was a letter that was received from the Norman North Stars with suggestions to changes to, rather than a contract, billing by the fee and fine schedule. There's also recommendations from administrations on a few other changes to make. And those were, we were directed to forward those to the regular meeting of council for approval.
Thank you. Councilor Valentino, would you like to speak to it?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor Smook. I unfortunately wasn't there for the committee of the whole discussion on this. However, this has been not since September 29th of 2021. This has been years where the Norman North Stars have looked to have this, I think, properly aligned to what their fees are compared to others. I do have some concerns in the wording. I mean, I could definitely agree with the concept that they should have a reduced amount, but I have some concerns with how we're wording it. I'm thinking it might cause us more grief down the road. When we say the suggested change on page 2 of the memo, where it says all AAA City of Thompson residents hockey games be charged the following. The wording for that is that our AAA Norman North Stars aren't City of Thompson residents. There are people on that team from Nunavut. We have kids that come from Saskatchewan. So I think that wording could be cleaned up. We also have other AAA programs within our region that are all youth related. So I think we shouldn't be Norman North Star specific. Yes, to a reduced rate for what they specifically paid, but if we're looking at the change, I think our wording needs to identify all AAA regional teams that are minors. I also have a concern with when we say that we could add the additional staff. I agree with that. So because it was always when they used to get 800, 900 fans, we had to have more staff on. Makes total sense. Now, they get 100 people on a Sunday, maybe 275 on a Saturday. But if there's a time when you needed to have the additional staff from the city's end, I don't think we're expanding that parameter enough. We're just saying that the city has the right to throw on extra staff. So what does that mean? Then we send them a bill saying, hey, we had extra staff on, and then they're hit with a big bill. I think there just needs to be some kind of parameters or clarification set on what and when does the additional custodian and facility attendant work? Is it home opener? Is it Saturday nights? Is it if it's a playoff game? But I think we need to tighten that up a little bit. The other thing is when we do the fee and fines for non-residents, I agree with the increase. The same thing, we're saying non-resident AAA and intermediate games. That's where our wording is getting clouded because we have non-residents that play AAA because we are really the regional hub. So I think that our wording could be clarified. I look for some more comments on this tonight, and then maybe I would look to move to further this discussion later, but right now that's my comments.
Thank you, Anthony.
Given the number of changes that would be under consideration, I would recommend the best thing to do would be to table it tonight and bring it to committee of the whole, so that council has the opportunity to speak it through and make any changes that you feel would be necessary.
Okay, I'll go to Councillor McMurdo next.
Yeah, thanks, Madam Mayor. I noted a couple of maybe ambiguities and things like that, and I think Councillor Valentino's pointed out a couple more. And while I agree that the reality for the North Stars organization isn't what it was several years ago when they drew a big gate, so I think that their fee should be reduced to in keeping with other minor hockey organizations. I just think that when we do this, we want to eliminate the ambiguity and make sure it's kind of clear how it applies. And I wanted to kind of pose the question. We're talking about increasing the rate for non-resident users. Is there any way we can get just how much revenue that is generated from those kinds of user groups for next committee of the whole? If we're going to do it tonight anyways.
As per city manager's suggestion, would one of you like to put a motion on the floor to table this and then bring it back to committee of the whole?
Okay,
Councillor Colburn is making a motion to table.
I'll second it.
And Deputy or Councillor Valentino is seconding that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's carried. It will go back to next committee of the whole. Thank you. Okay, and we now will call for adjournment. All those in
Madam
favor?
Mayor.
Yes.
was in the past practice for councils who had done things in the community to be able to speak to. Ask for your permission to speak.
There wasn't a mayor's report tonight. We'll bring that back.
I'm asking for your permission to speak, Madam Mayor.
You would like, pardon?
I'd like your permission to speak, Madam Mayor.
Okay, yes, sir.
I'd just like to, Madam Mayor, that myself and, well, I'll let the other councillor identify himself if he chooses, participated in the Freedom Rally that occurred on the weekend. I'd just like to say that I was very proud to be a part of that. I'm very dismayed and disappointed at what our government has done today. And I just want to wish everyone well, and it's Valentine's Day. Spread the love for my country and for all those in it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And again, I reiterate, happy Valentine's Day to all of those that left our spouses tonight for come out to the meeting, and have a good week. Take care, folks. All for adjournment.
Aye.
For approval, all those in favor.
Aye.
We're adjourned.